Hubert.
Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Duckhook Golf Show. My name is Mario Luceva, and I'll be your host for this evening.
And he rehearsed it, people. He rehearsed it. And what is that? Basil, you can do better. Shall we start again? Okay, let's just start again. Another Wednesday evening, and here we are. Thank you for joining us. It's the Duckhook Golf Show. It's another great weekend of golf at Maccauvlei, and we're here to wrap it all up. But we're not only doing that, we're doing the Olympics. We want to see what happened and do a bit of a review. And there was a bit of a debate between the two earlier. I don't know if we want to get into it because summer was dodged, and anyway. And then at the end, after Maccauvlei, we will be doing a quick Duckhook rules chat. Better, Basil. You want to try?
Good evening, Maz. Danny.
How's everybody's week going? Danny, you've been very busy at Concepts. You've been fitting people left, right, and center. Have you gone through all the golfers in Gauteng yet?
No, not yet. No, thanks, Maz. Yeah, it's been a busy week. Averaging like 4 fittings so far is like this week per day. So yeah, it's nice and busy. Keeps me not doing funny bad stuff.
Well, depends what funny bad stuff is. Leon Oosthuizen says, good evening, Ducks. Hello, Leon. Thanks for joining us once again. Billy Hall, goeie aand. Hello, Billy. Thanks for joining us. Tim, on time is late. Yes, there was a bit of a slow uptake in the viewership, so we had to just wait a little bit longer so we could get everybody in that is watching, and mainly the new boys. Not new boys, the regular boys are watching, which we are very appreciative for. My playing partner on Sunday, Mornay O'Kelly. Welcome, Mornay. Very good round by Sepp Robertson. Howdy, well done. So close. You're going to be in the winner's circle with your mate Edon Potgieter soon, who, if you do not know, took the win at Maccauvlei after his second place at Dainfern. Right, who else do we have here? And Jacques and Kero. Hello, boys. Thank you for joining us. So let's get straight into it because we don't have that much golf action happening. Because it was only one game, so we only have to review. But, as I mentioned, there was a small matter of the Olympics golf. And what happened? Well, this is what happened. Xander Schauffele taking the gold, Rory Sabbatini taking the silver, and CJ Pan taking the bronze, apparently out of a 7-man playoff. How is that? That must be epic, 7 Oaks on the same score. Let's just quickly, before we start discussing it, have a look at what their scores were. Xander, 68, 63, 68, 67. Definitely worth winning a tournament to scores like that. But look at Rory Sabbatini, 61, 10 under on the final day. That is remarkable. As you know, that Sabbatini is a native of South Africa and is now a Slovakian citizen. 10 under. Meaning that Schauffele had to make a clutch putt for par on the 18th to secure gold. That must be nice to have a gold medal to your name in the world of golf. Not many people have a gold medal. Who was the last one? Justin Rose?
Justin Rose.
Yeah. Justin Rose.
And Henrik Stenson, if I'm not mistaken.
So, boys, what did you think of the golf?
In our previous discussion, I actually rated a couple of the Asians to have, backed playing home soil, that type of thing. One out of the 3 managed to get a medal. So, but a 7-man playoff is quite huge. I mean, most of those guys were in the clubhouse and, nail-biting stuff for those who joined scores, coming in. So, great for, was it Taipei or I can't,
CT-Pan.
That's right, Taipei. That was their first medal, as well as Rory got the first medal for his country. Leon Oosthuizen reminds us that 61 is an Olympic record. Thank you for that stat, Leon. I was not aware of that.
That's correct.
Sepp also says, read somewhere, Pan, that earned more than Schauffele for their medal. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you're the only one.
Based on what the country was going to offer you for a medal.
Sure.
Yeah, I think also you must feel for Hideki Matsuyama there as well, because he had a birdie putt on the 18th to basically get into third place on its own, and second place, and then it would have been a playoff for a silver medal there, between the two guys and the bronze. But no, you have to feel for him, falling out. I think it was the first playoff hole, and being there so close to a medal as well. So
Donnie, before we go through this, do you know how short the birdie putt was? I did not see the end. We were all out and about.
It was sort of like, I would say 3 meters, roughly 3.5.
Yeah, it was a 10-footer,
Yeah, so like your putt that you did not get at Woodhill, that type of length.
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Right. All right, go back to the leaderboard, John. As you see, Xander Schauffele taking gold, Rory Sabatini and C.T. Pan wrapping up the medals. Colin Morikawa, he was the favorite going into the tournament, also in that 7-man playoff. Mita Pereira, Sebastian Nunez, Rory McIlroy, a good showing nevertheless, with scores of 69, 66, 67, 67. Hideki Matsuyama, as you mentioned, also in the tie for fourth in the end. Paul Casey, Joaquin Niemann. I know the second page has a South African on it, and there it is. Christian Besaidnout finishing tied 16th on -11 with a host of other players, including Fleetwood, the Zimbabwean Scott Vincent. Who else? Corey Connors continues to play some good golf, and Justin Thomas. So plenty Americans, but only one ticket. So maybe that is fair.
Yeah, just to go back to Rory McIlroy, I'm still of the opinion that as soon as that man puts a blade putter in his hands, he just plays better. He just putts better. His scores are better. I just feel he needs to stay away from that spider. I just wish I could get hold of him and just give him a piece of my mind.
It's obvious, Rory. It's obvious, Rory. It's obvious. Everybody can see it, but you.
And I don't know if you saw his quote. He said he'd never tried so hard to finish third in a tournament just to get him.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Now we have to wait another 3 years because the Olympics is in 2024.
Is there a venue yet for it? Or?
It's in Paris, isn't it?
Yes, I'm not sure. Where did they play the Ryder Cup in Paris that one time? Maybe not there?
What's that 2010 course?
Anybody know on the chat line? Drop us if you know, or if Dorian's watching, Google quick and let us know what it is.
Mr. Google.
Dorian.
Okay, well, that was the Olympics. Otherwise, the Olympics have been great. It's been nice to see all the events happening, but there's only a few days left, as we know. Tim Garner says it is in Paris, but where's the golf course, Tim? We want to know that one, so you can also have a look for us. Okay, let's go to Maccauvlei and see what happened. These were the results at Maccauvlei. We had a bit of a matter of the top 12 playing together, but I'll get to that. Edwin Potgieter, congratulations on -238 points. Racking up plenty of ranking points in the last 2 events. Very excited. And fantastic to see that he's been with us for such a long time, and it's fantastic to see that he takes the win. Peter Zakaria at another second place. So close. I must admit I was rooting for Peter to take the victory, and that's before Edwin went 24 points on his front 9, which was his back, to eventually take it. And I think Peter, it was a swing. Peter needed to make a putt, and he would have had it. But alas. Ashley Herman played very well again, tied for second. And Barry Fenter had a good round on -1. Sepp Roberts, as I mentioned earlier on, good round from him, even par. That 4-ball, apparently, shot lights out. So if we had the scores for best 4-ball, I'm sure that Sepp Roberts, Edwin Potgieter, I'm not sure who the third was, but Hannu Oosthuizen was also in that 4-ball. Gerard Gerber, even. Kerry O'Connell also coming down the 9th. Double stroking. If he made a par, he could have won it. Oki Brits Karuna, who played with me, had a good round. And Basil Rugentu. What's that? Rugentu. Well spelt. Another top 10 finish, Baz. And there was a couple of other guys just outside. I think Paul Ricketts was also tied 9th. So there we go. Let's have a look at what the top 5 had to say after the round.
Played well all round, I guess. Shot, I think, 18 on the front, 19 on the back, so fairly consistent. But back nine, a bit of a struggle. Definitely left a few out there. So, double par on the back 9. And unfortunately, it switched all on the last hole. I dropped a shot. Edwin gained a shot and took the lead. So, bittersweet, but I'll just must keep plugging away.
Overall, a good day at Maccauvlei.
Yeah, I love the course. Play here about 3-4 times a year, and always enjoyed. Greens are always great, so really enjoyed it.
Good round, yeah. Hit the ball off the tee well today. Putted well, that always helps. Had a master caddy there in AV, so credit goes to him. Put me close a few times. But yeah, good round with the boys. Always good to end strongly. Didn't check any leaderboards or nothing, just played the game. So yeah, happy.
So, Seth, you're tied for 4th in the top 5. How are you feeling?
Oh, very well. Had a bit of seesaw golf today. Went out quite aggressively. Went up to -4 in a couple of holes. So I think it was the 4th or the 5th hole was at -4. Had a bit of a bogey run there. And went all the way up to +4 sometime on the second line, but managed to pull it back for a good 4 points, 2 points and a 4 point on the last 3 holes. So yeah, enjoyed the golf.
So, Kiro, you are even and tied for 4th at the moment at Maccauvlei. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm happy with the round. I left a lot of putts out there, stupid shots, last hole I messed up. I left myself a good opportunity, but I'm happy with the round overall.
And how was your mindset going in today?
Yeah, I wasn't really bothered too much, and then through the first 9 I saw leader was 5 under, so I didn't worry, and then saw a lot of guys dropped a couple of shots, so I think scoreboard probably got to me. I was watching it the whole time because I was doing the scoring, so make sure I don't do that next time.
Second place at Dainfern. The next event, the victory. How are you feeling?
Oh, it feels awesome. It is, yeah, first one for the Duckhook. I've been playing for a couple of years now, but yeah, it's definitely it's a good feeling.
Tell me about your round. What was the highlight of your round?
What was it? 4-12, I think. Just topped the drive, barely made the fairway. Hit the iron shot and ran it down the fairway, chipped it onto the green and boxed it 6 meter putt. Sorry. The first 9, shocking that there was nothing going. But then as we turned, I told Sefi, listen, I'm going to go 6 under on this 9, and then boom, went 6 under this 9.
Tell me, what did you think of Maccauvlei?
Oh, awesome course. Yes, I must say, when the construction is finished, yeah, it's going to look amazing. But yeah, the greens were great. Definitely a great course.
Wearing a Strixon cap, you get yourself plenty of Strixon golf balls. Happy about that?
Yes, definitely. Yes. Enough golf balls for the major coming up. So yeah, definitely.
Well done, Edwin. As we had mentioned, Peter Zak has jumped on just to remind me that he was the 4th in that group with Edwin, Sepp and Hanu. Yes, unlucky Peter, but keep that form going. The next one that he'll be playing, I'm sure, is State Mines, which is Series 2. Many of us haven't played there. I have not played there either. I'll get a practice round in before, take some videos and see what it's all about. You guys have played State Mines. You want to give a quick preview?
So they've used State Mines a lot for qualifiers for the Sunshine Tour and the tour schools there. And every year that golf course just gets underrated. Hey, man, people need to go out there. The layout is great. I mean, the value for money is great. Those greens, they rebuilt them last year, March. And I haven't been there this of late. But I can just imagine the way they maintain that course and with the members and, the commitment from the guys, that golf course is great. It's just an all-round good vibe. And the halfway is even great. I think the Duckhook guys will enjoy the halfway there and the 19th.
Yeah, just to touch on that, obviously me coming from the East Rand as a junior, the stigma of State Mines is that they had the best greens, on the East Rand, and that's for years. And I think the last time that me and Baz was there is like when he played a tournament, the greens were rolling quick, it was true. So, no, the guys are going to have fun there.
I wanted to mention that on the public holiday, Monday the 9th of August, there's a couple of us playing at State Mines. So if you wish to join us, let me know. We've got some space, and then come and join us. And we see what it all is all about. I know there's Richard, Stewart and Kara O'Connell want to play a practice game there because they're playing their team game on Sunday too. And then they want to get the upper edge, taking it very, very seriously. Let's move on to Edwin's scorecard so you can see. Starting on the 10th to the 18th, only 14 points. Not the greatest showing, but look at that front 9. 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. Wow. So that is pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 under in 5 holes. And then a little slip up on the par 5, 7th. Where's the par 5? Oh, at the back before the par 3. And then 3 points, 3 points. So that isn't absolutely outstanding back nine to take the victory. So, snip, 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 Edwin. I'm sure you will not be playing off at 28 the next time you play, because after 2 good rounds, it will come down. Trust me, I know. My Duckhook handicap is a 12. Ouch. But after Maccauvlei, it might not be, because that was also tough. Right, now the top 12 was a feature on the day. I want to touch on this so we can just see some of the movement. They all played together, as you know. They teed off on the front 9 from the 3rd to 3rd, 4th, 5th 4-ball, and off they went. Very excited, and I got a chance to speak to everybody to see their thoughts going into the day. Randall leading Series 1. We have the top 12 pair today. You're leading the top 12. Bit of added pressure?
Yeah, listen, it's everyone's after the leaders, so it is going to be pressure on me. I got the 3 guys chasing me, and it's going to be tough, but looking forward. It's a good 4-ball. I was wanting to play with Basil for a while, so it's going to be good. Hopefully I'll bring my game to impress him.
Got a bit of a lead going with 4 games to go, so what's your game plan for the next 4 events?
Listen, I'm just going to keep it simple, do what I was doing, and just shoot my handicap, and even if I go 1 or 2 over, I'm happy, but it's just about keeping it solid. I think I had a good start, a good, about 8 games, so just to keep it simple.
Pranay, top 12, second in the series, big game today. What's the game plan?
The game plan is to chase after Randall and make up as many shots as possible on him.
How's your season been to get to the second?
Season's been good overall. The fact that I'm in second place means it's been working a bit. Game's getting a lot better. Hoping to take it all out today on Maccauvlei.
Hopefully to get a victory.
Yeah, that keeps eluding me. I've had a lot of top 3s but no win.
I feel the guys have to be neck and neck for the second half of the calendar, and the pressure is going to be up, and looking forward to playing with the guys that are in contention.
I want to try and defend this title. Randall is quite 4 points ahead. I think he's sort of like 14, 13 points, so it's quite a steep jump. But top 12 makes it different, because now you're playing with the guys that's in running, and it's technically match play every shot.
It's great to start grouping the 4 balls top 12 together, and I think it's just going to add another dimension to the game. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I can handle the pressure.
Look, I must be honest with you, I'm playing with a few lower handicaps. Having the higher handicap, it definitely pushes you to want to play better, which is maybe not a bad thing then as well. So I'm feeling confident, I want to score well. Main aim is to get to as close as possible to even. Whatever happens from there, it's a bonus.
I've got one of those really bad rounds in my score, so we can't have another one now, so we're completely out of the top 12. But it's good to play with the guys in the top 12, so you can see where you're benchmarking each week and see if you're challenging them, and as long as you stay ahead of your 4-ball, I guess you're in good stead.
Never played yet, so sometimes that's a good thing. People say you always get a bit of luck, and of course you never play that, so yeah, hitting the ball well. So if the putt is hot today, I'm sure the low scores are on.
Need a victory?
Would be nice. Victory would be nice. I think I'm off +3 today, so going to need that low round, and we'll see what happens.
Top 12, big day today. Looking forward to it?
Oh, most certainly. Haven't played the course in quite a while. We finally got the drive here. Course looks in good nick, greens looks in good nick, so yeah, good day out.
Bit of pressure.
No, what pressure? No, what pressure?
Adds a little different dimension to it. We can kind of play match play against each other, going through the rest of the season. So I'm really excited for this part of the season. Love it. All the results get decided here. So let's go and do it.
So that is the top 12. Baz, you had some good things to say about Pranay.
Yeah, it was my first time playing, having a round of golf with Pranay, and we were just chatting about his new equipment that he got. He got a new drive in the bag. He had been playing golf without a driver for so long, and I was just blown away by how fast he adjusted with that club, and he hit some seriously good drives. And if he manages to get comfortable with that drive in the last half of the schedule, Pranay and myself and the rest of the top 12 have got some issues.
He does have Randall does still have a bit of a lead. We will have a look at the standings. Let me have a look at the results I wanted to touch on from the top 12. As you can see, Randall went in at first, shot 34 points, and then first place. Still, Pranay, went in at second, is tied second. Basil, you went in at third, and after shooting 35 points with your unbelievable start, tied second. Graham has dropped. 26 points is not going to help anyone. Obviously, the pressure got to him playing with you guys, moving down to tied seventh from tied fourth. Donnie, you pretty much stayed the same. Quibber stays the same. Steve Saunders, he's gone from seventh to fifth. Good round from him. Ryan Esmith, bit of a mare. He played with you, Donnie.
Yep.
JP Atwood, also a bit of a mare, moving down. So they move out of the top 10 completely. Ryan to 16, JP to 14, Jaco Jacobs from 10th to tied 9th. Gideon Richter stays at tied 11th. Louis Gerber drops to tied 14th. Coming into the top 10, or should I say the top 12, Barry Fenter after his good run. Hanno Oosthuizen comes in, and Frikkie Barnard comes in to the top 12 places. Not a good day for Ryan there, you were saying.
No, it's just... I felt so sorry for him because, he was hitting the ball relatively good, but just unlucky on a few holes. Bad bounces, bad, sort of, I would say, shot choices a little bit. And it just caught him up big time.
Let me ask you quickly. Overall, what did you think of the course? There was a bit of work done, but that's not really an issue. I thought the greens were good. I thought the course was not bad.
Yeah, like from my side, okay, so I must say I haven't played the course in just over 10 years, but I was really looking forward to it. I think the greens were really good. The bunkers were also good. The only thing that just was a little bit disappointing was the sprinklers going on. When we walked onto the 9th, we had sprinklers on 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So that was just a little bit, stupid for me and disappointed. But, still, in winter time, I couldn't fault the course at all. It was really.
Yeah, and it's also one thing that's never changed with Maccauvlei is their greens. Their greens right through the whole year. They've always been, they roll great. They're always good for spinning. Chipping, pitching. You get rewarded for good shots. Regardless of how dry the fairways are in the rough. It's always just a great outing. We've had a lot of events actually in the winter. And it's still a beautiful course, It's something we've got to adjust to, I guess, in the winter time. And in the summertime, it's just spectacular. Hey?
And let's just remind you that in February we were supposed to play there, and then they cancelled because the greenkeeper had broken the greens. So for them to get it right so quickly, they've really done well to get the greens up, because if they had to close a golf course for, I don't know how long it was, it could have been 2 weeks because of that. Excellent job. There was some mud that was around. This was my playing partner. In the sloot here, what is this, the 13th?
Yeah, 13th, 14th.
So I thought, let me film this. This is Moneo Kelly. I wanted to see how this comes out. And lo and behold, out of the crap, onto the green, and very, very excited once he climbed. It looks like he's in a bunker there. The other type of bunker, like a war bunker. Yes, please. I don't know. I think he made par, maybe. I can't remember.
I must say that used to be like a very small stream, and a very small sort of, it's like dam on the right hand side there, and I can't wait for that dam, to be finished. I think that's going to be such a beautiful water feature, on those 2 holes. So yeah, I think kudos to them to actually spend a little bit of money just to make it more beautiful, on that side. So yeah.
I made the mistake of trying to go get my ball out of that. I wouldn't even call it mud. It was like clay. And for the next 5 or 6 holes, I was like walking like this because I couldn't get the stuff out of under my shoes. And that's where your sprinklers came in handy, because the sprinklers were spraying in the fairway, and then I managed to get all the mud off my shoes. It was impossible to clean everything off. So don't do that. Okay, let's go through the pins, everybody. Now, apologies for what happened with the pins. Let me just come back here. We took the pins to the pro shop. We said, please take it to these holes. They didn't take it to the pro shop. Basil phoned me and said, Maz, where's the pin on the path for third for the close in 2, because he had stuck it, zoom. Which prompted me to quickly call and say, where are the pins? And then I said, please take them out to these holes. By the time we got there, they were scattered everywhere else where they were not supposed to be except bar 1. So it changed up a bit, if you did not know. Par 3 8th went to Karuna Kuni, probably 2 meters away. A great little shot coming in off of the right. David Sinclair taking the par 3 14th to win himself some Strixon balls. Billy Hall on the par 3 16th right along the water. quite a difficult hole. When we played, that thing was so much into the wind, it was difficult to select the right club at that moment. So well done, Billy. Speaking of wind, my word, the wind was into us plenty that day.
Yeah, no, that golf course can get difficult when the wind blows. Doesn't have to be a strong breeze, just a little bit to bother club selections and shot shaping around there, especially because it's so close to the river. It's a little bit more intense, in the open spaces rather than in the city.
Yeah, definitely. It's like that 15th hole, that par 5. Oh my sack! Standing on that tee box, it's such a daunting tee shot already, and you've got the wind gusting down there.
It's a family show. You can't say, oh my sack. Come on. What's
sorry.
happening here? Peter Zach says, according to the rules of the day, it was GUR. Yes, Monet, but he's probably happy that he went there to get it out onto the green because, Murphy's Law, he could have been just there off and then thinned it over or something. He made a par, he says. Par for my handicap. Really enjoyed the course. Well done. Okay. Right, where are we going to next? Let me just scroll through everything I have. The groups, who's going to go through the groups? Remember, the group was the top 12, so who won the groups? You boys.
Yes, Blair. We've got Group A with the champion, Basil Wright, beating Randall, Pranay and Graham. Guys, I will try to keep it that way for as long as possible. And Donnie, I would like to see you in Group A quite soon, please. I appreciate you winning Group B over Cobus, Stephen, and Ryan. And Yaku, unfortunately, Jakes, you lost the head-to-head against me, but well done on winning the Group C there between Gideon, Louis, and JP.
Nice, gentlemen. Let's go to the teams. What happened to the teams? I can tell you that the red team has scored another point, everybody. Barry Fenter taking the victory on -1 over Peter Prinsloo, his playing partner on the day, on +7. Monet just missing against Robert Michael. Kevin taking his game. Alan Lowe losing out to Paul Ricketts. Another good round by Paul. Ronnie Volter +4. As we saw in the comment line, Grant struggled in the rough. Leon taking easy victory over Hansi. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hansi was beaten by his wife, Jacomin, on the day. And he had a dog for us. Frikkie Barnard was right up there for a long time. And then faltered towards the end to lose to Billy Hall. Gerard Snyman, a tough day. Cornell taking that victory, and then obviously everyone is going to beat anyone if he wins on the day, and then Hanu taking Trevor Miller. So what does it stand? 9-11. It's getting very, very close, which is good to see. The jippering of names is trying to bring it close. Let's see how close we can get it at the end. What does it all mean standings wise after the August game in Series 1? Randall Chetty, 251 points, 11 ahead of Pranay now. Is that 11? Is my maths right? 242.
Isn't it 9?
Yeah,
sure, it's 9.
You're right. Sorry. Standard grade maths is a thing. Basil Wright, you are there, 242. Donnie not far behind. Steve Saunders moving up into tied fourth, 235 points. So there's your 4-ball, by the way. If this happens and it doesn't get interfered with match play games, it's Randall Pranay, Basil, and Donnie, Steve Saunders, Cobus Skuman, Graham de Villiers, and Barry Fenter all played together, Jaco Jacobs, Hanu, and I think it said Frikkie, and I can't remember who the next one is.
Barry is there, yeah.
Yeah, Barry is. So there we go. Barry's on the line. Let me just come out of this so we can see what Barry says. Yes, Barry, well done, team. Glad we could kick some ass. Yes. We could kick some ass. Yes, the red team. Okay, right. So that is pretty much Maccauvlei done and dusted. We wanted to spend the next just few minutes on rules that we need to remind people of. There were some guys who I was told that the pins were not supposed to come out of the greens, and they did. What are we going to do with you guys? Any suggestions, lads? If the course rules is don't pull the pins, then don't pull the pins, because it's whether it benefits or the rest of us or not, it's still the rules. So I said to Donnie, these guys should get a 2-shot penalty. As far as I'm concerned, you just said DQ them all.
Yeah. No. The thing is, like Baz, it's literally like, it's the same thing of your ball's in the rough and you're placing in the rough. It's against the rules,
Exactly.
So the thing is, even better, you guys will know, it's like in the morning early, there was a photo taken, sent on the group. The course rules was that you're not allowed to take the pins out.
Finished and clear.
I went 4 birdies in a row in the start of my round, and then I parred the next 2, and then 7, 8, and 9, 2 of which hit the flag, and the ball didn't go in the hole. And man, Donnie, you know how unruly I get when those flags are in. I hate them, but I was disciplined to play with him.
Yeah.
It cost me the league, So guys need to just pick it out and just leave it in. It is what it
is. What it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Sep says local rules will communicate, no excuses. So the next time we will not be so lenient, and I can tell you that much. If people are reported, they will get minus shots. While I'm on it, the results did go out today, and then there was a couple of questions about results, and so we went back, informed Ryan, and yes, we made some adjustments. So don't always think that what gets sent out first is the Bible, because once there are adjustments, that will be added to the overall stats and then calculated from there. So we're always trying to keep the overall stats up to date. And thank you for the help that I received. If you do see any discrepancies, just let us know. There's a lot of players being processed. As you know, Gamebook is not helping where we can compare one to the other. The next day, the Gamebook went to, I don't know what it is, 811 and minus 13. So it does get a bit difficult sometimes. And the scorecards are still a bit of an issue. We didn't have a scorecard handed in. We've had enough of this discussion. Those guys got no points. Finished and clear. And counting. Still, we go through it, and there's still guys who do not count correctly. You've got your app, and you've got your scorecard. You sit down afterwards, and you see, does they correlate? Why doesn't it correlate? Let's just check what the score was. Let's just get it right, because at the end of the day, 1 point really makes a difference. Especially at the end of the season when you're really fighting for it, and it's not fair if it's not right. Okay, the other rule we want to speak to about, instead of 2, is the bodies are leaning towards no placing, or they want no placing on the fairways. We had a discussion on our groups, and my opinion is, and Baz, you're not going to agree with me, is like, because we have the 30 centimeter rule, I'm happy to not place in the fairways, but I'm also not happy if I'm stuck in a fat divot like this and I cannot hit the ball properly. Then I think it's a bit unfair, because it's not my fault it went in the divot. I want to know what you guys think about it, and Basil mentioned something about the bunkers, which he will get to. But first, what do you think of the fairway rules?
So let me just do short and sweet on this, Maz, as much as we don't disagree or what have you. The only thing that I would suggest that is the clean and drop. You do not play the ball. Because you've hit your ball off a tee and your ball has come to rest, that's the natural... That's where it has come to rest. So when you get a bit malignant and pick up your ball and specifically look for a better lie, you lose the feel of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's my opinion on it. And in a divot, that's unlucky. It's that's the rules are rules. And I think as a Duckhook community, you guys need to come up with one story and one authority and just go with it. I mean, worldwide, they're still stating that when there's no placing and you're in a divot, it's just unlucky.
That's the way, I understand. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
But then everybody has to do it. It's not one for one like the pins and decide what you want to do.
The rules are there set for everyone, and I've had many occasions where we played tournament 4-day tournaments, and we get to specific layup points where there's just divots everywhere. Our caddies actually specifically give us different yardages so that we do not lay up in those divots.
But in saying that, Billy says, ons is nie pros nie, which is 100% right. We are not pros. And Tim Garner says, if you hit it in the middle of the fairway, why should a player get penalized for a good shot? Also, valid arguments.
100%. I still think it's the temptation of improving your life.
You see, the whole thing as well is like, if you think about it from course to course, I think summer, most of the time your fairways are brilliant, doesn't matter which course you go to, so I would say, yes, summer, no placing at all. But just hang on, Bas. But like if you think a CCJ in winter versus an ERPM in winter, they don't have the same money, they don't have the same infrastructure, the same service and greenkeeping staff. So that's the other side of the argument that it's like a winter lie at CCJ is still like a relatively decent lie, but if you go to ERPM, you might be on a gravel patch inside the middle of the fairway. So it's such a grey area. Yet again, it's like you guys, Maz, as Duckhook owners, will have to make a thing there.
Times,
yes.
How many times are you in a divot in winter compared to summer?
Depends where you play again, I guess.
Yeah.
Regardless, the only time you're really in a divot is when it's in the summertime. In wintertime, the ball runs too fast to get into a divot. The ground gets so tight that you very seldom find yourself in a divot.
Okay, let me just jump because the guys are really active on this in their comments. Monet, he says, 30 centimeter rule is cool. Sep, stick to 30 centimeters on the fairway. You see, if you're on the fairway, how much are you really gaining if you anyway. Wait. Peter Zach says, the new World WHS says no placing. Saga also encourages it. For consistency, we should align. 100%, that's also an argument for consistency. I'm gonna go, hold on, let me just, 30 centimeters works for Jacques Ravenstein, and there was a good one. Tim Garner says, no club course is set up good enough as they do on the PGA Tour. How can a fairway be seen as a preferred lie? And it goes on and on and on. And this is a very good comment. Agreed. Social golf. Keep it as it is. It is a social golf. Oh, okay, one more. Because if I don't put Hanu on.
Hanu's comment is quite good.
Agree with Basil. No placing, but free 30 centimeter drop if it's in a divot on the fairway. Reasonable and fair. Well, I think he means me, because Basil's not quite on that same page. And then Grant says, keep it 30 centimeters, happy. If clubs say fairways placing, we can do 30 centimeters. Otherwise not. See, so this is a debate that we've been going on and on and on and on and on about, and we don't really have a solution because we're trying, it's a social league, we're trying to be, the handicaps are everywhere. We're not pros, so I am not convinced. So I would like to see the year carry on as it is, and then have this debate again if it becomes more of an issue.
Yeah, I think, Maz, it's like if it gets to this to the side where the RNA and the USGA really does take placing away, for your amateur golfers, I think, for us, like you said, not half of the guys of Duckhook don't even know how to hit a ball out the divot because they don't learn the technique, like Basil and myself or your better players do. So if that happens by the end of the year, I think Hanu's comment is fairly good. If you're in a divot, then basically you can take a.
What about drop not place?
Yeah, but that's what I said. You drop it, you don't place it. But yeah.
I'm still of the opinion that they don't want to do the placing thing because obviously it's time consuming, and you're trying to find the best lie to
trying to get it a bit higher on a bit of a tuft.
How many guys, when you go practice around the green, chipping green, or even pitching, you first find the best lie possible before you hit it. So South Africans are in that culture that we're trying to find the best lie so we can execute the shot. So, and golf's not designed that way. You get to your ball, whatever lie you got, boom, you're on.
So from what I can see in the comments, it's like 80% for keeping it the same and 20% not. So it's one of those things. I think we, in my humble opinion, I think we carry on as normal until the end of the year, and then we reassess. Baz, just quickly on the bunkers, you said they want to make the bunkers also no race. If it lands in a foothold, then it's your problem. You play it as a lice, which I'm also like, what?
So for the last 4 years, they actually want to get rid of rakes, right? And because it's a hazard, you play it as it lies. Because they don't want golfers to touch their ball. The only time is on the tee and when you're on the green. So there's a lot of speculation. I'm not sure they got that one quite on it yet. But I mean, how pure are the bunkers being maintained at every golf course?
Yeah, but a footprint is a footprint. I think the one you're talking about is worse than the divot one. I'd rather change. If I had a choice, I'd change the placing out of a footprint than placing out of a divot.
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's look, it's tough playing out of a bunker, in a normal life. But they're trying to toughen the rules up. For what reason, I've got no idea.
I don't know. Well, our scores will just go out. Okay, I think we've had our say. Are there any other rules that we need to touch on? I don't really think so. Flags.
Yeah, the one rule is that, Maz, if you drink with your right hand like Danny has, you need to down your drink, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Smile, Donnie, smile and wave.
Smile away. There you go.
All right.
I'll do one later, Baz.
Okay, that's it. We are done for this Wednesday evening. We have a matter of Royal Joburg West coming next Thursday, so we'll preview that, and we have a matter of State Mines on that Sunday. So plenty golf coming up next week. And then, let me not forget, let me just remind everybody that, where did I put this thing? The Challenge 500 is coming. It's 3 weeks away. This is based on 80 players, 36 holes. What we've decided is we're going to play off the whites and then we're going to play off the blue. So we actually shorten the course. Instead of going back and disadvantaging a lot of the shorter hitters, we'll actually make it more challenging, should I say, where suddenly you don't just take drivers, etc. So that is what we will be doing. So if you still have not booked yet, please get in there. I think we're on about 50 players. It would be nice to get to around 60, just above. I think last year we had about 60, just around there. So if we can get to 60, that'd be fantastic. And enjoy a great round, 2 rounds around Eagle Canyon. That's it from me. Please don't forget that Saturday we will have the We Love Golf show with our other panel, and we'll discuss the third and final crunch game of the British and Irish Lions series and whatever other sport there is. So join us on Saturday morning. It's always nice to have you involved. And a good chat leading into the weekend. That's it. All right, everybody. Thanks again for all the lovely comments. We will do more debates, I think. Peter Zach, interesting show. Thanks, guys. All right. And let me click on this logo thing and say goodbye. Bye, everybody.